Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a game called CivCity Rome. In case you're curious why there's no audio music, I'll explain that in a minute. So this is by FireFly, and if you're used to the Civilization games from Sid Meier, Civilizations 5 is the most popular one, or 4, 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever. You're used to different countries all sort of vying to win. This is just basically Rome, and you're a city, as you can see on the images on the right hand side. Sorry, I'm having a drink. So that's there, and so basically what I've done first is I've dropped the music from about here. Hang on, is it not going to kick in? Oh, hang on, I don't like it if you mess around with it. Wonderful. Anyway, I've dropped the audio down and it doesn't like it now when I put it back up. I'm hoping the sound is fine because I haven't touched those. But this was 85, this was 110, and this is 70, so I've dropped them down a bit. Obviously the audio is still there because you can hear the thing. It's like I say, it's FireFly, Firaxis, and its developer is the famous 2K Games. It's about £6 in Steam at the moment, and that's full price. So, you know, and it is an old game. You know, it's an old game, so you're not going to get what you're going to get. We have Civilopedia here. Interesting things. Look, furniture. Do you know about furniture? So, you know, there's loads of interesting stuff. Just to know about. I mean, you don't realise how much there is, but there's all this stuff here, which I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm not going to go into the map editor, any of that business. So what we're going to do, we're going to play campaign. And
Hail, citizen. I am Gaius Petonus, Master of Works. If this enterprise that we call Rome is to succeed, our fledgling city needs stone. Much stone. Our surveyor has reported a promising quantity in a valley to the south. Go there and secure it. I have given to your assistant Marius a purse of denarii. This should be enough to set up the small mining concern needed. The locals nearby are placid enough and should easily be recruited. Apart from a few wild beasts nearby, I expect you to encounter no problems.
Okay, so we're going to play on medium level. I played the tutorial on normal. So there we are. It says the exact same thing that you just heard there. 5,000 denarii, 2 loans, roads. Tells you a bit more about them. It tells you some hints as well, which you can click on to get there. And I've scribbled these all down because I thought this was like just the tutorial, but it's not, I think. So what I'll kind of do is I'll press play and I'll try and go through some of the things that I've learnt from the tutorial. Let me click play.
Your first task as a new... Hail, Governor. Where shall we site our new town centre?
So basically what that was there was a tutorial thing that pops up, and you can go through all this thing and it tells you how to do everything. But for the purpose of the fact that that guy will be whistling on in my eardrums and there's nothing which has happened at the moment, I'll kind of just give you a brief overload of what I've scribbled down here on my piece of paper. So you're going to build a town centre in the middle. This is the basic stuff. So I am new to this. I've only done one mission, so I'm going straight into the game. God knows how long this is going to take me. One thing I will say: when you start up the game, it starts up this little window that pops up, and you have to set your graphics card resolution. Now, because it's an old game, they don't have monitors like how they used to have them back then. So I had to pick 1024 times 68 times 32 bit colour, believe it or not, 75 Hertz, and I put that on high. But then, you know, it is what it is. I mean, look at it. It's not exactly the best graphics in the world, but what do you expect? So what we have here, we have a smiley face. That's your city happiness. Green is the amount of people we visit. If it goes red, people will start to leave. So we have this scroll here. It's called the report scroll. Right, there we go. So what we have here, we have city happiness, and you can change some things. It's saying some things can be changed here, which are these here. Some just by looking at the buildings or buildings. and others that can't be changed. Which I'm guessing, I don't know which ones those are going to be. So you also have, let me go here. So I'm kind of new to all this, so bear with me a minute. I'm going to go through the bits and bats. So you start off with a house, and you start off with a shack. Oh, hang on, where's my shack?
Hail, Governor. Where shall we site our new town centre?
Yeah, in a minute. So there's your shack. That's what you're going to build. You're going to have the town centre, which will whack in the middle, and we'll kind of go through it as we go along. And then, how do we get back? Right click and you can get back. And you can look here and look. That's us. You can move around by pressing the W, S, A, and D key. And what we can do is, you do that. You can use the mouse as well if you wish, but you do that, and if you want to rotate, press the Q and E. Right, so what we'll do is we're going to build a town centre. There it is. So I'm going to just rotate a little bit. You can rotate with the... Hang on, I've forgotten how you do it. Bear with me a second. Took me a while the first time. You can scroll. That's not how I want to do it at all. Oh, that's it. You can if you use the. Let me just put my thing back. Right. So if you scroll. Oh, for God's sakes! It's the most basic of thing, and I can't figure out how to do it. Oh, you know what? Let's just go in here a second. Bear with me.
Your first to move around as new citizens arrive. To rotate the map, hold down the middle mouse button.
Right, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm literally new to all this stuff here. So, yeah. Come on, I did you before. Oh, let's just put it there.
Governor, immigrants are arriving in the city.
There we go, there's my thing. So what we're doing now is we build a stoneworks. And why am I on an angle? I can understand why I'm on an angle. I can't... Bear with me a second, I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, this is driving me mad. Right, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to put our stoneworks there. So there he goes. And it's quite interesting because you can zoom in and you can look at them all. That's how far he has to walk to there. He can only go so far. On his
Governor, we need to be careful about city happiness. Looking at the report, it shows that lack of housing and food is making our citizens unhappy. We cannot do anything about feeding them right now, but placing some simple houses would improve the mood of our settlement greatly.
So there's simple houses we've done, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have a warehouse as well to store the aforementioned things. There. That's then to go here. There's my happiness 300, population, my laurel leaf. Bear with me a second, I'm scribbling down on bits and bats. So it's literally a brand new game for me. So you can click on a house for more info. So there's the house, and you can see we need a water, so we need to build a well. They have limited movement, so we can only go to that far. There. Best the house, the higher the tax revenue. Houses are able to meet their needs, so can allow some time off work. You can set all this sort of thing. Ready to work. Oh, so we'll sort that in a second. So we can click on
the capture of the Sabines. So now there's a black mark in our history, if ever there was.
Thank you. So that's his work time, and that's his free time. So what we can also do now is we can build some modes, because